Guys, welcome to the shyu channel where I listen to music I've never heard before, hopefully find stuff to add to my playlists to be inspired by, but of course, for you guys to vicariously relive your first listens through me. So, I did do a reaction to Punisher, which was elite, an amazing album, and so I've been itching to listen to her debut album. I just realized that there's a deluxe edition for it, so I'll be doing that, which has 2 extra bonus tracks. But since I listened to Punisher, I have latched onto I Know the End, which is the outro of the album. So like out of all of the songs on the album, that's the one that I've gone back to the most. I recently watched this clip from Glastonbury last year where she performed it, and it looks insane. Like you could see, let me just show it real quick. Oh, I might be in the way a little bit. No, I think it's fine. The end is... Oh my gosh. Isn't that fucking amazing? Captures all her like passion and presence on stage. Incredible. I would love to see that live, honestly. There's probably someone that saw that live watching this, and I am jealous of you, so. But yeah, just wanted to share that really quick because, you know, it seemed like a very special moment. Stranger in the Alps. I do really like this cover art. It reminds me of the Quedeca. It reminds me of this. Right? Doesn't it give similar vibes? This is the shot that I was thinking of. Right there. It even has a fence. Is that a fence? I'm not sure. Definitely reminded me of that. Of course, the Phoebe Bridgers album came out way before this, but yeah. Super nice. It looks like the ghost, the white ghost part is just like painted on. At the bottom, it looks less like paint. It looks like the bottom of a veil. It looks like a veil or like a wedding dress at the bottom, which is kind of cool, but that's just how the streaks ended up. It's like slightly transparent throughout the whole thing. You got the dog, kind of vintage effect on here, or it's an old photo with some sort of rainbow in the back. Pretty cool. Ooh, this is a really nice cover art. Okay. Just make sure I don't have shuffle on because I messed up last time with that. So, let's go. Smoke Signals, track 1.
Changed, LA's alright. I'm sleeping in my bed again.
I love that guitar that came in there for a second. Oh, there it is again. It's only in the right ear. That sounds real nice. This actually reminds me of Elliott Smith line. I'll see if I can find it after listening to this track. The Smoke Signals. The strings are so beautiful. The bass frequencies in this song aren't like super distinguishable, which I like. It's kind of like just an aura in the background, which some of the best bass ever is like that, where you can't really hear the plucks or anything. It's just like a whole aura.
With you riding shotgun, speeding 'cause fuck the cops.
I've never heard F the cops said so softly ever. Oh, I love that. I like how the strings don't have a super strong presence. And a lot of the time I love strings like that where it's just far out there in a mix. To give like a wider range of sound overall. Really nice intro. Definitely gets a like from me. So also I want to, whilst actually listening to it, I don't want to go through the annotations as much. So I'll probably start kind of looking through them as I'm going over the lyrics after listening to it. I think that's best. Yeah, but there was a lot of, I guess, metaphorical lyrics in here that I didn't quite get all the way. But I saw she mentioned 2 deaths, so Lemmy and David Bowie. Also, Lemmy, from Motorhead. Oh, she's impacted by Lemmy quite a bit. Isn't he like a super racist? Ah, that's right. He had a Nazi photo shoot scandal. Yeah, I've heard about that before, but he's denied the claims. Lemmy's timeless advice to a black kid whose family doesn't respect his metal taste still holds up today. Okay, I don't know. Maybe I'm sort of jumping the gun a bit. Maybe he's not as controversial as I thought. But we spent a week in the cold just long enough to hold in it with you. Any longer, it would have got old. So the sending smoke signals is like, okay, yeah. Like, she's trying to get someone's attention. Like, smoke signals when you're on a desert island trapped or whatever, right? What's the pelican? Pelican circling when is that when it's about to rain? Or that's seagulls, I guess. In medieval times, the pelican would gouge its own breast to feed her blood to her young. What? What's that got to do with the circling? Also be a nod to how vultures circle over prey in the desert. Okay. Not super sure about what that means. Ah, she said pelicans in ancient cultures are actually a symbol of death. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, never mind. She's saying that it was wrongly dissected. But yeah, that the smoke signals reminded me of a lyric from Little Whisper Smoke Signs That You'll Never Get from Condor Ave, I guess, by Elliott Smith. Just trying to find the lyric. And obviously she's a huge Elliott Smith fan, but I don't know if this is probably nothing to do with it, but blowing smoke from my cigarette, little whisper smoke signs that you'll never get. It just reminded me of that. So it would be cool if, you know, she's probably a huge fan of that song as well. That's my favorite Elliott Smith song, Condor Ave. But yeah, one of your eyes is always half shut. Something happened when you were a kid. I didn't know you then, and I'll never understand why it feels like I did. So there's like a deep connection that makes her even feel like she was there when you went through troubles as a kid. I want to live at a Holiday Inn where somebody else makes the bed. We'll watch TV while the lights on the street put all the stars to death. This is interesting. Kind of in the search for a carefree life, I guess. Yeah, these lines also relate to this first part of the verse. Speeding, cause fuck the cops. All of our problems, I'm gonna solve them. Yeah. Searching for a carefree life with her partner, I guess, is the premise of this track. I'm gonna read this about section. She sings about someone who was looking for her and who tried to get her attention in various ways, one of which being smoke signals sent out. I thought it was her giving the smoke signals. Oh wait, I'm stupid, yeah. You must have been looking for me. You are anonymous, I'm a concrete wall. Oh yeah, this was a cool line. Okay. Cool intro anyway. Also, I'm gonna try and cut, because my videos are pretty long. I should refer to some other reaction channels and see what their average I guess video time is. But mine's are very long, so I'm gonna cut it down quite a bit, and it'll make the editing a lot easier too, so I could pump out more videos. Okay, let's go into track 2, Motion Sickness. This one has a lot of plays. Jesus. Well, that's a nice distorted guitar there. What's that? An organ or like a pad in the background? I haven't heard of a hypnotherapist. I like that. That's some good imagery right now. How on earth is Central C being recommended on the side there? Oh, you guys can't see that right there. They can't be serious. I think that's location based. I wonder if she's talking about herself here. Ooh, love that everything's stripped back for the bridge. Oh, that's a nice sound. Yeah, I think I get the premise of this track. Nice. Yeah, that has an insane amount of listens, and I definitely prefer the first track to this one, but I can see it as a more mainstream appeal. Makes sense. But yeah, a couple things I wanted to go over. So you said when you met me, you were bored. And you were in a band when I was born. So I'm guessing he was bored about the fact that she was so into music and pretty busy with the music stuff. But he himself was doing that in the past. And obviously he's much older, yeah. Whiskey Town, I haven't heard of that band. Whiskey Town. Ryan Adams is who she is singing about. Interesting. And also the chorus, I do like that, I guess, yeah, describing the ups and downs in the relationship as emotion is really cool. I like that. And she even said somebody rolled the window down, which is what you do in a car when you get motion sickness, right? To get some more fresh air. That is cool. Oh, he had Meniere's disease. Ah, and those symptoms are similar to motion sickness. Okay. It could be referring to that slightly. Oh yeah, this too. This could be seen as like a backhanded, helpful gesture, you know? It's like an insult. An insult paired with, you know, a coat of kindness to try and make it seem like they're trying to help. But if it wasn't unsolicited, then I'm just chatting. But keeping the theme of the song consistent, this is kind of like a similar situation to the bridge part, the ups and downs in the relationship. But yeah, it was a cool song. Not super into it as much as Smoke Signals, but it was cool. Okay, track 3, Funeral. Love that art. That's cool. This is gonna be a pretty deep one, it seems.
For a kid a year older than me, and I've been talking to his dad. His dream where I'm screaming underwater while my friends are waving from the shore. And I always will. I always have and always will. Jesus Christ, I'm so blue all the time.
Wow. Okay, that was a pretty deep one. I mean, in this quote, she says, I do think about dying a lot. I feel like a lot of my friends, especially artists, are consumed with this idea of the inevitability of death. And this song is about the heroin overdose of a close friend. And you see, she mentions that it's a kid, but wait, I don't understand how it's a kid. I think she's talking about an adult, of course, but still a youthful person, I would say, might be what she's getting at. And of course, in the art, there's children with the ghost painted on them. Yeah, I think that's what she's doing, highlighting the youth in both her and her friend that passed away. I love the chorus on this. It sounds really beautiful. This line was super interesting. When I think too much about it, I can't breathe. And I have this dream where I'm screaming underwater while my friends are all waving from the shore. That's a shocking experience to imagine. And it does relate back to this quote that she said about artists who are consumed with the idea of the inevitability of death. Because it does say friends here, but it's also, you know, your audience, your fans that are enjoying your music. A lot of them probably don't care much, and that could be signified in what she said here about friends waving from the shore. Like just enjoying the music, not really caring about the artist as much. But then she does say, I don't need you to tell me what that means. I don't believe in that stuff anymore. Which is also interesting. That is really interesting because I feel like she's just saying it is what it is. Like, it's there. And I imagine it doesn't have to be interpreted and broken down, you know? I like that. Yeah, so here it seemed like she was in a really bad state, and then she remembered that someone's kid is dead. That people, of course, have it worse than what she was going through. Yeah, it's an interesting song, pretty deep one. Okay, track 4, Demi Moore. That rhymes. That's an interesting sound right there.
Tell me what you'll do, please. Tired to go to sleep. Now I can't breathe.
Great line.
I can't sleep.
I love how she introduces these sounds that are really unique, but they're really subtle because they're so low in the mix. That's cool. That was a cool little track. I wanted to quickly see the annotation on this because I don't know what she means by stoned, because that's obviously a word used for when you're high, but also maybe it could have meant something else. That's why the title is that. Someone misheard the chorus as I don't want to be stoned Demi Moore. That's funny. Yeah, that was a pretty cool track. I don't have that much to say about this one. It wasn't super lyric heavy, so we'll go straight to the next one, which is track 5, Scott Street.
Payment plan. There's helicopters over my head. I asked you, how is your sister?
That was an interesting sound I heard there. Oh, What is that?
I heard you got
It was a violin, I think, yeah. It sounded like a voice at first. Oh, the drums just came in and she's... Wow. That's cool. She mentioned drums just as they came in. So is this still about Adams? I'm guessing, yeah.
And what about the band? You said they're all
Her bandmate. That's so cool. The bass comes in this late in the track. I love that. That's different. When she said this, that makes me feel old. You said, what does that make me? I figured she was talking about the same guy, Adams, because he's a lot older than her. But then she says, I ask you, how is playing the drums? And apparently this is about the drummer in her band, which who she did refer to in the previous album, or I guess the album that was after this, Punisher. This is really nice musically here at the end, and I love moments in songs that you look forward to, and this is definitely one of those. I asked you how I was playing drums, and then the drums come in, or the drums come in just before that. That's super nice. Cool track, nice build up. I'm gonna let it go straight into track 6, Killer. That was nice. I think that and Smoke Signals are probably my two favorites so far. Okay, Killer. I forgot I have these open.
about Dahmer on your couch. But I can't sleep next to a body. Can't
Super interesting verse.
me tame the fire.
There's a male voice here.
Or is there nothing?
There's some reversed piano chords there. That's super cool.
When I'm sick
Maybe it was only in that chorus part.
and I'm losing
Nice strings.
my hair, and there's nothing I can do.
Okay, so sometimes I think I'm a killer. I scared you in your house. I even scared myself by talking about Dahmer on your couch. I'm not super sure what she means by the killer in her. Like, can the killer in me tame the fire in you? The general problem of the singer wanting the person around, but she ultimately doesn't have the power to do it. I don't fully get it. Maybe the killer in her is how clingy she is, how badly she wants to be with the person all the time. I don't know, I don't fully get that track. It's the controlling aspect, yeah. That makes sense. But how would that tame the fire in the guy? That part I don't fully get. But the killer in her is how controlling she kind of wants to be. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that song. Okay. Track 7, Georgia.
Georgia,
Oh, that's an interesting
Georgia, I love your
low
song.
frequency there.
And when he gets older, he might be the one.
Huh?
He might. And sometimes
That's a cool sound. That sounds really nice.
here is my day plan. I fix you.
Oh, that's nice. I love the strings going. Du-du-dum, du-du-dum. Well, that's super cool.
Would you fall?
With that heavy bass. We haven't really had a heavy bass like this in the album yet. Really cool song. I love this one musically. And there is a certain direction I'm going with the interpretation of the lyrics, but probably wrong. So the guy she's talking about, she does mention that he's so young and so clean and that he would be a fine new addition, right? And at first she introduces the guy as Georgia's son. Oh, could be a reference to Elliott Smith's song Georgia Georgia. That's interesting. So I think maybe she's attracted to the guy because he's not super influenced by the outside world. And that's kind of the feeling I get when she says young and clean. Clean, I think she's referring to not being influenced. Now, it could be seen as her wanting to be wanting to go for super impressionable young guy. But let's see what the annotation says anyway. She did tweet about this. Ooh. Next, this line seems to be far more of a reflection of the son's immaturity. Phoebe sees the potential in George's son, but she knows that he'll have to grow up and mature before they can be together. Okay, that makes sense. So someone tweeted, I've always wondered exactly what you meant by when he gets older, he might be the one. It's about a relationship I had when I was 16 and I straight up thought I was going to marry everyone I ever kissed. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense actually. Okay. So I was wrong about that pretty much. So it's her being naive, I guess, at a young age, falling for this guy. But she did understand that he was not mature enough, and that's why she says, when he grows up, when he gets older, he might be the one. Okay. Not too crazy about that song lyrically, but musically, it was super good. Okay. Track 8, Chelsea. Bro, I keep forgetting I have the tab open already.
Before I reach 100, I'll have fallen to the ground.
Those are some great lines though. And the drums come in late in this one as well.
And you can call a service back.
Really cool kicks there. There's like an echo of higher frequency kicks. Wonder what she means by prison boy. Sid. Nancy Spondon. Oh, I don't know much about that situation. Nancy. Yeah, when it comes to the people that she's talking about, it seems like it's kind of all over the place. Like, there's been so many characters in this album, right? It's not like super coherent with like one relationship, I guess, or which is fine, of course. But at first, I guess I assumed that Adams would be talked about more. But yeah, this song I'm not too crazy about musically, and the lyrics. Not too fond of the Nancy thing. The obsession of how somebody could kill another person. I mean, I guess I could probably dig deep into these lyrics a bit more when I listen to it more. She started writing this when she was 16. That's crazy. I did like this line, the music is your maid. That's cool. Okay, I'm gonna go to track 9, Would You Rather.
You're on the end.
Ooh, he has a unique voice. I like that. That's a nice switch up, a nice change there.
Suicide pact over family and friends. Come to find out.
That's a really cool line there.
We found our way out.
She has some super good poetic lines.
I'm a cat on a string. You're on the end. We found our way out.
This back and forth is so nice though in the chorus. Definitely like one of my favorite moments on the album so far. It's really cool, and the strings coming in there. That's nice. Yeah, that was nice. I'm gonna let it flow into track 10, You Missed My Heart. This is the longest one on the album, about 7 minutes. Pretty long track.
Listening to her cry, a feeling of relief.
Like, this subject matter is so like intense and serious and pretty like chaotic, and then the music is super soft and her voice is super soft. It's a cool contrast.
But what you really missed, you missed my heart.
I love that constant piano going on in the back.
Everything went dark. I said you missed my heart.
Oh wow, that's nice how she flipped it. This was a super good verse with like really strong imagery.
But he missed my heart.
And now she says, he missed my heart.
Downriver from the Moundsville prison graveyard.
This verse was super nice too. How it showed, it's sort of like showing light just after talking about the dark. Alright, going back to childhood. That's super nice. She said quite a lot in this track that I liked. Super poetic, probably the best lyrically so far. But overall, I must say, this album doesn't show as much individualism as Punisher. Maybe because this is early work, of course, her debut album. It does sound like a lot of other stuff that I've heard, whereas Punisher is kind of like its own entity quite a bit. Or maybe it would grow me. But definitely it's not surprising me as much as Punisher. But anyway, the next one, track 11, Smoke Signals Reprise, is and it's really short and it's an instrumental, so we'll listen to this and I'll let it go straight into the first bonus track, which is It'll All Work Out. That's nice. It'll all work out. This one's a pretty short track. Well, relative to the rest of the album, it's the shortest track with lyrics.
Jeans and soft black leather, and here with me.
There's some nice subtle sounds in this one. I love the use of different weather in here. It's pretty cool. It's a decent song. I'm gonna let it go into the final one, which is Motion Sickness demo bonus track, track 13. So this version of Motion Sickness is a bit more subtle than the original version. This one sort of, I guess, matches the rest of the album a bit more. That's probably the loudest she got in the like audible emotion, I guess. It was the loudest so far throughout the album, I think. Well, that was the whole album. I think at this current moment, I'm not too fond of it. Maybe it's a bit too slow for, I guess, my mood at the moment. I'm not sure. I guess Punisher had a bit more of a riveting experience. and it separated herself from others a bit more. And with this, a lot of it, like if I can't really refer back to individual tracks. Of course, it's usually quite hard to do that on first listens anyway, but it does seem like a blur of the same stuff throughout the whole thing. And it's very much about the lyrics, of course, right? And I do listen out for how the music is sonically before I, look into the lyrics. So maybe it's just not for me totally. But I'm going to go back to a few tracks because I do remember liking a couple of them. Like Smoke Signals I liked. I love that guitar coming in the chorus each time. And yeah, there was another one that I liked quite a bit. But yeah, let me know what you think of the album and what your favourite track is. And if you got any more recommendations, I'll do them. Also, I am meant to do the latest boygenius album, and I really did like their EP. So see, that one was quite slow, but I guess it was more unique than this. So I do prefer the boygenius LP and Punisher to this. Like yeah, on first listen from boygenius, the EP, Me and My Dog really stood out, and Salt in the Wound really stood out, and those I do go back to. In this one, there wasn't anything that really stood out to me. So yeah, I guess it just is what it is, Might just not be for me. But yeah, anyways, please like and subscribe, comment any reactions you'd want to see, and yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. Peace.